8 million tons of plastic is leaking into the ocean every year. 8 million tons. So let's go back to our phone. We are in the truck business. If we say that 8 million tons, if we were to translate that into the equivalent of truckload, that would be what? That would be 1 truckload. Would it be per day, leaking into the ocean? Or would it be 1 truckload of plastic into the ocean every hour? Or do you think it's 1 truckload per minute? I'll let you answer that one, and we'll have a look at the real answer in a few minutes. Our next explorer will tell us all about the sustainability strategy that we have embarked on. Like Charlie said, once you know the facts, it's hard not to do anything about it, which is why, in line with our core value, care for the environment, we've embarked on this pretty ambitious sustainability strategy. Please welcome Elin Svanström from the Corporate Social Responsibility Department. Elin, what are the big pillars of the strategy?
Thank you, Celine. Happy to be here. Thank you so much for joining. I'm here to talk to you about the sustainability program and what it's all about. And I'm so happy that we really introduced this for this edition of the Volvo Ocean Race. As you know, the Volvo Ocean Race is a huge brand awareness platform. It's also a great platform to really reach out and create awareness on sustainability. So why do we engage in the sustainability program, and how do we formulate it for the Volvo Ocean Race? Well, we focus on ocean health. And ocean health is, of course, a very broad thing. It can be a lot of things. But we focus on the plastic, and which is also something that we talk about here today, as you already know. And Urban, for instance, will go into the production and what we do at Volvo to reduce plastics. But before I go into the sustainability program, I would like to introduce to you Dee Caffari. She's the skipper of the Turn the Tide on Plastic boat. Let's hear what she got to say about sustainability.
All the time I've spent in the world's oceans, I've seen a lot of changes over that period of time and that many laps around the world. There is an issue, and we can actually all do something about it. If we can raise that awareness and get everybody to just change the way they think and the way they act a little bit, we're going to have a huge impact.
Right, we can have a huge impact, each and every one of us. We can all do something, just like Dee said, just like Mark and Charlie also mentioned, we can have a huge impact. So why should we care? Why should we care about plastics in the ocean? Well, as you see here on the slide, 320 million tons of plastic being produced every year. And only half of this plastic is used, or half of this plastic is used only once. And this is not the way to do it, right? Only 10% of the plastic is being recycled. We can do something about this, right? Actually, We contain plastic. You contain plastic. You eat fish, because in this room we have a lot of people in Gothenburg, and they usually eat a lot of fish, right? 1 out of 3 fish contain plastic. So you contain plastic. Think about that for a second. And it's actually anticipated that in 2050, there will be more plastic than fish in the ocean. We don't want that. So we need to act. We need to do it now. And Celine had a poll for you. Let's see how we did on the 8 million ton of plastic that leaks into the ocean. You have the answer right there. How did you do? Very good. We have an educated audience. Perfect. So, the sustainability program for the Volvo Ocean Race consists of 3 pillars. It's about maximizing the impact. And that part is, of course, obviously, a lot about awareness. The second part is about minimizing our footprint. And minimizing our footprint is, of course, looking after our own house. What can we do to improve? And the third part is the legacy part. What do we want to leave behind? How can we influence and make sure that we actually have a sustainable future? So if we go into the first part of the impact, it's a lot about awareness. And Elin Svanström from United Nations Environment, she will come back to that later, how they utilize the Volvo Ocean Race as an awareness platform. But let's look into the ocean summits that we do and the educational part. The ocean summits, that's where we really gather stakeholders from all over the world, governments, the ports. We bring them all together, the organizations, and we talk about these important issues and what we can do together. And we try to bring our heads together to make real change. We also have the educational program, so school children coming to the stopovers, we educate them to really influence the future generation. And this also has an impact later, because many of the cities, they pick up these educational programs and do this to school children after we left with the Volvo Ocean Race. So it's not just for the event. If we look at what we do in minimizing our footprint, like I said, it's very much about looking after our own house and see what can we do to improve. And it's not just about the plastics here, it's about everything. It's about purchasing. How do we influence our suppliers, a lot like we do in the Volvo Group. It's about looking at the transport. How can we be effective when it comes to travel and the way we ship things around the world? The greenhouse gases, the energy, other kind of waste, all those parts. And the legacy part, which is very important. In the legacy part, we have the scientific program. We have the pledges. A lot of cities like to do pledges where they promise to make change. And also we have the scientific program, which is really exciting. We have 28 drifters placed in the oceans around the world. We also have equipment on one of the boats that turn the tide on plastic, that carry equipment, and they can measure data from the water quality around the world, because we can reach out to places where we cannot reach out in other ways. So the Volvo Ocean Race actually makes a huge difference, and you can make a huge difference too. So now I want to end my session with introducing another expert on oceans. This is Toste Tonua, and where he talks about the scientific program. Thank you for listening.